If you can't kill a boss, no reason why you can't look like one. Moogle putting the wow in transmogs.
We have a Blood Elf looking set that's being modeled by a Void Elf. They're so similar. They really are. But I really like this set. Imagine two one-handed swords. Could only show one given the add-on that I'm using. But overall, this is a really cool looking set. Very Blood Elf looking set. Pretty easy to get. We're going to go into the details in a couple of seconds, but this is a typical monkey looking set. Doesn't look like a monkey. Looks like a monk with a key. That's the way I look. That is so corny. I should probably just edit that out. So let's see. The shoulders, very much monk. The chest and the legs are part of a trading post set. And the rest of this, also the back, part of that trading post set. But you could substitute the back for something red or something very, very dark, like a black or a brown. And the waist is also a very monkey looking set from Mythic and Taurus, but that might be difficult to get. We'll have to see. This is an alliance only set because of the two tier pieces, the shoulders and the gloves. However, we have two pieces from Shadowlands, from the Night Fae Covenant, meaning the head and the belt. The reality is you could just go with the shoulders and the gloves from Night Fae. It won't look as good if you're Horde, but you could also sport a much better looking tabard than the one that we have here, but the color and the pattern goes really well. Making really good use out of the chest and the legs, which happen to be from the absolute worst X-Pac for transmog gear. That would be BFA. Leave it in the comments which X-Pac you think delivered the absolute worst transmog stuff. That's going to be a highly subjective opinion for people because some people PvP, some people PvE. Maybe the PvP stuff looks good, the PvE stuff doesn't. You get the point. You could always switch that around. Here's a set that I use on my monk as well as my druid. Yes, you can mog a druid with this set. So let's get into the details in a few seconds. But first, I want to make a couple of comments on the balls on the shoulder. This is a tier from Antares that I often overuse, but I really, really like it, whether they're purple, they're kind of a tan, kind of a red, kind of a blue. I like the balls on the shoulders from that last tier in Legion. So let's take a look at some of the details here. The brown and purple really go well together. I think what really ties it in is that tabard, which of course is from BFA, from that waterbound place, the wave, blade, and Cohen. That'd be the right way to say it, and Cohen. So a lot of Unchained stuff, which is also from BFA. So this is a mix of mostly BFA and a little bit of Legion. I think a pretty cool looking set overall. The Court of Ferrandis from Legion joins the catwalk. That is the tabard, of course. You got two cosmetic pieces in the belt and the shoulders. A recolor from a druid tier on the headpiece, and the rest, I do believe, PvP pieces from WoD. Overall, pretty cool looking set. This could go with a druid even, or a monk, so it's your choice, but it looks more like a monk here. So we're going to take a look at the details, okay? So on the shoulders, these are from your favorite place called Torghast from Shadowlands. You're going to have to grind that out or get some currency and buy it. The chest, the legs, those are two pieces, PvP pieces. Wild Gladiator. If you're Horde, it would be Warmongering. The rest of this stuff, pretty easy to get. Quest reward for the staff, but you could always find some other staff if you want. Nice looking monk set. So I made good use out of some BFA pieces, particularly the legs, the gloves, the belt, the chest. Once again, Worst X pack for transmogs. Leave your thoughts in the comments if you agree. Let me know if you disagree. You might say vanilla is the worst for transmogs, but Blizzard didn't really know what they were doing when they were putting together the aesthetics of gear back then. Now they're doing pretty well with it. They have a lot more they can do with it. I think we're going to see in the near future maybe a patch during this X pack, or perhaps the next X pack. We're going to see dyes introduced into the game. So here's what you need to know about this particular set. I've listed a tabard of the Defilers. Now that's a horde only tabard, and it looks amazing with this set, but on my add-on I could only do alliance stuff because I only had an alliance monk. So the reality is I showed it without the tabard, but if you're horde, it's going to look a lot better with that tabard from the Defilers. Here's another set that I use for my Druid. You can see this in the Druid Transmog set that was just uploaded a couple of days ago. If you're looking at this video 2-3 years in the future, it doesn't matter when I uploaded that video. You'll might have a little bit more difficulty finding it, but this works for monks as well. The only thing I had to change, obviously, was the weapon, and we're going to get into details where to find that particular weapon. But we have a little bit of mop here. We have a little bit of Wrath of the Lich King. The boots are from Shadowlands, so let's get into the details right here and now. The shoulders are the Red Crane set from mop, and you got the legs and the chest are from Wrath of the Lich King, and of course, Red Crane set is also where the headpiece is from, and that weapon is from Firelands. So Beth Tillich drops it at about a 12% rate. Firelands is a good run because there's a couple of mounts you can get. There's a lot of decent gear from that tier in Cata. So there you go. The coloring here got a little bit skewed. I promise that's not going to happen again, but it's very difficult when you have a teal color because it's hard to use the background to punch out with the key, blue or green. So in this case, I figured out a way to do it with black, so we're not going to have that problem going in the future unless I already made the video, a part of the video. But say in a couple of months, we're not going to have that problem because I have a backlog of some stuff. Just have to throw out some voice overs on. So this particular set, let's take a look at the pieces. So you have a piece from Blackwing Descent. That's easy to pick up. I think you could even buy that on the auction house. The chest, the legs are dungeon pieces from Cata. Overall, not too difficult to get. The tabard really ties things in nicely. That's the Burning Crusade from Ice Crown Citadel. That's gold and rep to get it. So overall, really cool looking monk set. I think you could even use this for druids if I'm not mistaken, although I don't. So I want to thank everybody for tuning in. My name once again is Luxley, and I'm going to leave you with this final thought. Whatever it is by you, whether it is morning, afternoon, or nighttime, like it is here and now, I want you to do your best to make each and every day epic.